Now is it working? Okay, I think I might have audio now. Let me know if it might be working. Thank you so much, Deb Harris, for telling me that. We'll see if we get some audio here in a second. And this is what it's fun with live because sometimes I can't test everything, or it looks like it's testing just fine before I go on, and no audio. So we're going to assume that hopefully there's audio now. I see audio on my end. Please let me know if there's audio on yours. Once again, since we missed all the fun of what's going on here, I'm going to start over and assume that there's audio this time. I I ate something that disagreed with me last night, and so when I was going to normally record this morning, I was in pain, doubled up, and could not. Thank you, Deb. Could not record. Knew I was going to be able to edit, but there's some great information that's come out lately, and I really, really wanted to share it. I also wanted to acknowledge the fact that you guys have been really fantastic. In your comments, in your posts back when I go and do these, and sometimes I ask a question, and I was floored by the responses I got here when I asked, how did you get introduced to Outlander? How long have you been a fan? And, what's your story? I talk about mine all the time. And I wanted to go through here because you guys gave some freaking fantastic answers. And let's see here. I'm going to go through real quick. I tried to get down here. Everybody's making fun of my hilarious comments, but that's okay. Let me see here. Okay, so like here, blue with some letters here. I found Outlander when the show was in season 4. I'd seen the book about, read some shorts about it, but it just never grabbed me. My son gave me a copy and ordered me to read it. So, in a bored moment, I sat down and actually read it. I was addicted by chapter 2. I love that answer. I loved it. Mostly because I didn't care for the book, the first one. I really didn't. I didn't like the way they wrote Jamie. I was used to Jamie on screen. So it took me a minute to adjust, but the story itself was fantastic. And that is a great way to start. I love some of you guys had family members basically dragging you, kicking and screaming, telling you you had to read it or watch the show. Here, Marcia Bass 3393. I heard about Outlander for a few years. Jamie and Claire's names were everywhere, but I was so into Game of Thrones. Me too, I understand. Then when it crushed my ending, me too, I found Outlander on Netflix during COVID. Many people did. And I fell in love with it and all the actors, music, writing, direction, costumes, and sets. And then it says but I don't get the rest of the sentence here. I didn't get a rest, but I like the answer without the but. So, yeah, Game of Thrones irritated the heck out of me as well when the ending came. They should have just ended it when Arya stabs the king. Yeah, I mean that would have been a perfect ending. I really don't care who ruled at the end. That was a perfect ending. Anyway, okay. And Mary Pasco 2213, I started this journey when it first came out on Netflix. Saw a trailer, thought it looked interesting. I agree, it looks interesting. Hooked. Then found out it was books. Same here. When I started reading them, I was working, driving an 18-wheeler regionally, and not getting a whole lot of sleep. Have watched and read at least once a year. Not an expert or anything. Well, you know what? You're reading it more than I am, so I'm expert in my opinion. Just really enjoyed them. Thank you for your pieces on the cast. I'm happy to do that. We'll never make it to anywhere to see them, so I see them in the show, imagine them in the books, catch snippets on Facebook, and keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Mary. That's really nice. If you don't get a chance to see them in real life, it's conventions or whatnot, just you're not able to do that. Do check back in this on this channel at the middle of November because I will be going to the gathering in Sasnak City, and I will do my best to try and get a chance to talk to the answers and post things. Hopefully, even maybe even live. Not sure. I have to talk to the runner and see what is and isn't allowed. But I do know that I'm going to have tons of images and lots of stuff to share. You guys are the ones who helped make this channel grow at first, so I definitely want to do you right at the first Outlander convention that I'm able to go to. So do stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'll give you something interesting that you can go, oh, well, I can't be there, but that's pretty cool. Uh, Go for Lynn. I found Outlander this summer before season 3 premiered in September 2018. Do you know what? That's about when I found it too. A little bit earlier, but really close. I binge watched season one and two. Same. Then after the end of season three, I bought the books and read them. Not quite the same. I bought the rest of them. Anyway, you've heard my story. Since I'm a slow reader, it took me about 2 months to read each of the books. After that, I went out and bought the series on DVD, and I don't know how many times I've rewatched the series on DVD and Blu ray. Let's see, is there more? Okay, I have 6 seasons on Blu-ray now, and season 7, part 1 on my PVR. That's a good place to keep them, since I watched the series on W Network in Canada. All right, fantastic. And I know, shoot, you know what? I was supposed to find out something for somebody about getting whiskey in Australia. I'm gonna have to look that up live probably here and see if I can find something. Then we've got Monica Xavier read some of the books prior to the show. When the show actually started, I was like, wow, the rest is history. Beautiful, fantastic. Loki is just going to give his hearts. We'll take that. And for YVR Kid 707, I'm sorry, 7070. A friend told me I had to watch Outlander. Well, if your friend tells you you have to, there's really no choice. I never heard of it or the books. There were 4 seasons on Netflix, so I started watching and binged the first 4 seasons. See, this is the thing. It doesn't matter if there's 1 season, 2 seasons, 4 seasons, 7 seasons available. You watch that first one and you're hooked. You're gonna be stuck watching it and possibly going out and reading the books because if you're like me, you have no patience whatsoever to find out in real time what happens. I loved it. In the meantime, I bought up the books and binge read them. I like the books but love the TV series. Sam and Cat and the whole cast are incredible. I agree wholeheartedly. I've read the books and watched the series on W where it is shown in Canada. Love our Canadians. Unfortunately, we don't have Sasnak whiskey or gin in Canada yet. I've rewatched it so many times I have lost count. Guess I'm officially obsessed. Yes, we are here because we're obsessed. Welcome to the community. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? If y'all weren't obsessed, if I weren't obsessed, we wouldn't be here right now watching this little charming video of some purple-haired chick talking about Outlander. Okay, let's see here. Not there. Yeah. Diana Markhack is always a great commenter. Love it. I don't know that she's talking about how and when. Oh, wait, maybe she is. This should be really good. COVID started. Another COVID. And finally, in 2020, right now, right when COVID started, my friend kept pushing me to watch Outlander with her. She loved it and kept putting it off because I wasn't into time travel. Okay, all right, yeah. It's a big element, but not a big element, right? It's not like it's Doctor Who and they're time traveling every week to a new place. Oh, if I only knew. So on Saturday nights, I and another friend agreed to start watching it. Oh my gosh. We were hooked just after the first episode. I've never looked back. I'm obsessed. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but I now realize there are many, many other fans who agree with me. Yeah, right here in this comment scrolling. It's yeah. She hopes to read the books, but the series is good enough right now. And with Jamie and Claire, of course, with Sam Heughan, who to me is the most handsomest and charming man on the planet, a real king of men. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. I do hope that everybody got a chance to answer this, but please feel free to put your answer here. I may do this again at some point of how did you find Outlander? What was your experience like? Because, it kind of has created this interesting community of people who may or may not be into time travel, but really, really enjoy the story, the history, the characters, the actors, just everything in it. Now, Adrian here, I found it on Netflix during COVID. You guys should start your own group. This is what I'm thinking. We should have a side channel or I'll make a Reddit and a subreddit for those of you who just found it during COVID. I feel like that's cool. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm missing messages here. Let's see. Maria Gallo. Oh, you know what, honey? No habla español, por lo siguiente. No, no. Lo siguiente. Uh, Me encanta and listening, but yeah, I'm sorry. My Spanish is horrible, so I can't quite do that. Hey, obsessed with a fantastic book and television series is the best obsession to have. Yes, Mon, I believe that. And Linda says, no audio. Really? No audio? We have audio now, though. I swear. It says I have audio. There's nothing else on my end I can fix. I do apologize if you can't hear it. I swear there's audio. I swear there's audio. Um, so I apologize. I didn't see the comments. Usually I have this set up a little bit different for my lives, but I had to put it this way because I wanted y'all to see what was on my screen. Okay, so on Netflix over the couple of months. Okay, sorry. Adrian then tore through all of the books. Oh, well, Lord John novels, companions. My good, you know what? Yeah, that's obsessed. Well done, Adrian. Over the next couple of months, finishing just in time before Bees came out. Oh, that's good timing. Later discovered that my entire family had already read the books. Then you need to yell at them for not telling you about it earlier. That's my thought. My parents started back in the 80s and had been watching the show since 2014 and never told me about it. Yeah, you need to put some exclamation points on that sucker. Sure, I have disowned them. You know what? Fair. That's totally fair. I'm not going to argue with that in the slightest. That's fair. Anne Fox. I read the books in 1994. Waited between books for the next one. Okay, yeah, I was a clan of the Cave Bear reader, and I don't know if y'all know, but Jane Eyre does not like to put out books any quicker than Diana does. But anyway, waited between books before the next one. I usually had to reread before the next one was due out, as it had been years. Same, as far as my Clan of the Cave Bear reference. I knew about this show in advance, so enjoyed all the anticipation and excitement. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you for getting that. Have liked every season adaptation except one minor one, Leary. Love to watch other people's reactions watching it for the first time. Appreciate your hard work. Thank you very much. I enjoy it. I really do. I enjoy finding all these interesting tidbits to share. All right. And one of my favorite answers, I've enjoyed all of these answers, but I liked the wording on this one from LVPS. I was dragged kicking and screaming in objection to Outlander by my beloved niece. I love that beginning because one person has family who's loved it for years and never bothered to share it, and the other one's like, whether you like it or not, you will be enjoying this. I refer to her as my other daughter. She's an extremely bright, well educated, intellectual, psychiatric PA, and fellow classical musician. Oh, that's a very cool thing to be. I used to sing a little, and was rather embarrassed to confess to me in 2014 that she had become addicted to the first season of the show her neighbor introduced her to. Oh, there's a lot of answer here. And she couldn't understand why she was, oh, I couldn't understand why she was so obsessed with it. I was intrigued by this, so I read the first two books, leading me to begin to understand her situation completely. Yes, it's like an illness, but you really don't want to get rid of it, right? So, and then I chanced to view the first episode of season one, which Stars and its infinite wisdom had made available for free viewing, and I was floored. Yeah, that's a smart move. Where did they find this guy? He's perfect. He's better than perfect. Uh, Diana Gabaldon called him grotesque, which I don't hold against her. I'm guessing the picture that she saw didn't fit, but I believe you are correct. Perfect. And that was all she wrote. Okay. And then she goes on to go on and about the rest of it, but I'm going to stop here simply because I believe that is my last answer, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to scroll through just to make sure. Oh, okay. So those are some of your amazing stories as to how and why you became obsessed with Outlander. Watch me grow. Uh, and I appreciated every single one of these answers. I always appreciate your comments and posts at the end. It does help me feel like I'm not just talking to a camera for my own entertainment. I do entertain myself very well, though. But I enjoyed the fact that you guys were all into it and decided that sharing your story here, this was a safe place to do that. And I do appreciate it because we are all obsessed. We are slightly insane when it comes to Sam Heughan and possibly David Barry and possibly Charles Vandervaart and, possibly anybody really on the cast because they're all beautiful. It's ridiculous. However, we love them for it. And I love you guys for sharing that. So again, thank you. Thank you so much. Now, I didn't want to just go live for this. I did want to show you something else shared again by one of you also here before I get into the really good stuff. That way, lots of people have time to join us before I really get into the good stuff. But this one is good because it's all about our man, Sam. And it was shared by another one of you, Kathy Slavic, who has been kind of a contributor around here lately, and I want to make sure she gets credit for that. But as you can see, we have our man Sam. This is shared by the kitchen and four others, and I do believe it was also shared by Sam originally. I could be wrong, but Kathy is the one who said, "Hey, have you seen this one?" And I said, "Well, I might have heard about it, but here it is." The kitchen. Great to see our friend Sam Heughan again at the kitchen as he joined us in between filming to try out some of his favorite summer serves using Sasnak spirits, whiskey, and gin. Do you mix the whiskey and the gin? I wouldn't, oh wow. I shared genuine passion for the best of Scotland's food and drink, perfectly balanced with a wee dram of Sam's Sassenach whiskey. Sam and Tom Kitchen also enjoyed one of our iconic dishes, scallop in the shell, which has been a firm favorite with our Outlander friends since the Men in Kilt series. Slanja. Yeah, Tom's Kitchen. The Kitchen. It's run by Tom. By Tom Kitchen. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyhow, if you've been watching this channel or following Sam since Men in Kilts began, yeah, we've seen this kitchen many, many times, seen the food prepared. They serve Sassenach spirits there, and we've got some pictures. A lovely one of Sam, a great way to start us off. And another lovely one of Sam. Oh, that's pretty. You know what? I need to start thinking about 8 by 10s. I want stars to sign at the gathering, but I don't think Sam's going to be there, so I'll skip over this one. And that's the drink with the lemon on the side. Yeah, maybe. All right, and there's Tom Kitchen. Yeah, this gentleman over here, holding what looks to be a fortune cookie, but that's not a fortune cookie. Uh, that's Tom Kitchen, and he has been kind of a running favorite of Sam's when it comes to promoting restaurants and serving his spirits there as well. It's just awesome. And honestly, what he's got like Michelin stars and everything, so he's like a really good restaurant. I do not know. I feel like I should know who the lady is who's with them, but I do not recognize her at first. For a moment, I thought it was Vanessa Coffee, who was their intimacy coordinator, but I don't think so. They have fancy glasses for their drinks, though. I don't have fancy glasses for my drinks. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. And a nice group photo, some food in the middle, drinks on the sides. If they're switching back and forth from whiskey and gin, again, not a connoisseur of liquors, but isn't that supposed to be like a bad idea, switching from one liquor to the other? I just I feel like that's a bad idea. Anyway, so that's what I've got as far as this shared. Thank again to Kathy Slavic. For those of you who have shared other images, they're going to be on another video. But again, this was very recent, so I wanted to go ahead and put it in this one just since I'm kind of trying to cover recent things. As far as other recent things, I know I'm very little in the corner right now, but this is sort of about me. Before I switch over to the amazing images from the season 8 filming, I want to let you know that I got a delivery this week of a special bottle. It is not a Sam Heughan special. It is not a McTavish special. It is something entirely different. And I do believe that I decided on the 24th of this month, which is a different day of the week. I want to say it's either Friday or Saturday, that I will be doing another one of my little chats about a show I really enjoy. Well, trying a drink I've never had before because it's a fun theme and it kind of gets me a couple of minutes to myself and talking about stuff I enjoy other than Outlander and strictly the universe of Outlander all the time and Star Trek all the time. So, although I kind of foobarred myself on that one, but that's okay. If you want to watch, come and join me on the 24th. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, and I will be having a little chat. I have a little question for you at the end of the video here before I go. So please do stick around because those of you who are Outlander fans, especially those of you who don't get a chance to go to events and talk to the stars, I have a little homework for you. If you choose to do it, we'll call it extra credit. If you'd like to do it. So, oh, I got more comments over here. Sorry about that. Okay. Deb Harris. Yeah, Deb, I did. I read a lot of those that were COVID and Netflix. They're like the best friends apparently during COVID is you needed your Netflix. And Christine Duffy, hi, hon. Started watching Outlander when it aired August 2014 on More for UK. Okay. Katie, you need to get your hands on Caitriona Balfe's Forget Me Not Gin. Just had one delivered. Oh, okay. Yeah, I said I was gonna get hers, but probably not until October is what I'm thinking because I still have to get Sam's gin too. So I may get Katrina's first and then Sam's. It just depends. Stay tuned. Further updates will be coming. So we'll be doing that. And thank you for the suggestion. And yeah, that was on my list. We'll see. We'll see when it happens. Now I have other stuff that I was going to share. Oh, you know what? One other thing. One other thing, real quick. I know you can see that I've got a new logo on the channel, and I kind of updated it a little this morning, so it's a little easier to see. But I did want to show you this. Pardon me, because I have no good way to do this. But I have this is my new shirt. This is the new logo, and at the bottom it says, "I'll see you there." This was created by one of my friends at Letters for Legacy, and she was very kind to allow me to use this little doodle that she made of me just for fun as the logo for this channel. So thank you, Diana. I did want to give you a little props on that because I really appreciated it, and I get a kick out of it. My daughter doesn't like it. It's not her, so don't have to worry about it. All right, let's go to the exciting stuff we really want to get to. Yes, those Outlander season 8 behind the scenes. A bunch of them started coming in this week, which is the whole reason why I'm doing this live today. I was not feeling well this morning. I knew I wasn't going to be recording, so instead we are doing this so you guys can still get the fun stuff, that great information, the great images, and won't have to wait until I'm feeling well enough to record, to edit. I felt a little better this afternoon, so live seemed to be the way to go. And let me see if I can get that centered a little bit. You know what? I'm going to make that just a little bit bigger. So hopefully we can see any pictures a little better right up until the end. There's this one that's coming up that's a very, 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 very small one. All right. All 19 of us. That's the most I've had. Boy, I just need to put season 8 behind the scenes and everybody comes flocking. All right. Bella Outlander fan shares this. Filming Outlander season 8 at Eglinton Park. Oh, kill winning? See if I got close. Jamie and Claire on horseback in the pouring rain. And I have everything muted because I didn't know if anybody would throw music in the behind anything. But I don't believe that there's going to be a lot of audio we need to hear on this. So let's see what we got. And yep, that's exactly what it is. It is Claire, that is Jamie, and they are riding past some hedges that have been very nicely manicured. So I'm going to guess they aren't supposed to be somewhere random. And yeah, of course it's going to be repeating. But yeah, that's whatever's happening by the end of the season. We know we've got Jamie and Claire together writing somewhere. So remember, this is that final block of season 8 that they're filming here. So the final couple of episodes, most likely. So we're going to see what's next. And okay, there's a still of their horses' rear ends. And of course, we need to see those horses' rear ends. It's an extremely important part of the story. No, you can see how with the rain they've got all the equipment covered in plastic. I always feel really bad that the equipment gets to be covered, but our stars are getting soaked. That's just the way it is. Okay, and this is just a different angle of the same area because you can see the two light posts here that they were riding by, and there's the camera. I'm guessing on a what do they call it, a winch, something, so that they're able to follow them as they do their thing. On a slightly more close up. Okay, so whatever this building is being used for, they're going to be doing something up here to what, maybe put a name, a board, a second story, who knows. So we'll have to watch out for that during this series and see what it is they added to this building. But we can see, I believe the next one will give us a close up, but I'm pretty sure that's Charles and David. Well, now I'm not really sure. They're both very fuzzy, but I'm going to go with Charles and David. Possibly. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a Charles and David picture? That's my guess. That's just my guess. All right, let's see what we've got next here. More images behind the scenes because, you know, that's what we're doing here right now. Oh, and you know what? That's not the first one. I was looking for stuff to put as a thumbnail. Also shared by Bella Outlander fan. And I do believe these are images taken by Just Jared. I'm taking no credit for any of these images. I'm sharing what I have with you guys. And hopefully that will. I don't want to do anything naughty with people's photos without permission. So that's why I try to make sure everybody knows who took what. But I think from this image, I mean, we can see Claire's hair quite a bit whiter now. And quite frankly, Jamie's is too. They aren't whitening it, but they are lightening it. It's almost like he's a strawberry blonde now. And I don't know, that could be the lighting just from this picture, but it looks to me that that's the way they're aging him. Um, what do you guys think on there? I'll get another comment. Marie was saying that she can't participate because of a language barrier, not an exact translation, as my Spanish isn't perfect either. Thank you, Mon. And I do apologize, Maria. If I could do automatic translations, I would. Unfortunately, I took Spanish in high school, and high school for me was 30 years ago. So I don't remember much. Do apologize. But I will make sure that I have this translated after the fact so that anybody who views it after will be able to hopefully deal with the subtitles. All right. Yeah, another view here. Now, Jamie looks in pain. And Claire looks a little curious, but again, it does give us a view of how their costuming has changed. It's not just that her hair is white and they've given her a white patch at the front at where bangs traditionally are. That looks like it's a completely white stripe and looks like on the sides too. So this last block, she's moving towards her full power. Very much looks so, and hopefully soon because she may have to carry Jamie. He looks like he's in his full pain. And that man's body has been through tons of abuse, the story wise. So it wouldn't surprise me if everybody's having a little pain. Okay, now I'm not positive. Who's that dude in the middle? I'm very confused now. Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe brave the rainy weather. Yeah, I didn't read the rest of this here. Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe seen on the set of Outlander season 8 for first time. Filming for final season of Outlander has officially begun. Oh, was this? This isn't for the final. This is for the final season, but not for the final block. These are older pictures. Okay, I'm learning as I go. I apologize for that. Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe braved the rainy weather as they arrived on set to begin filming scenes for the upcoming 8th and final season of their Star series on Monday, August 19th. I thought they've been filming for a while. Yeah, I think somebody's trying to mess with us. In England and Scotland. All right, this is another set of pictures. Okay. For their time on set, 5 a.m., 44 was seen. Well, S.A. Oh, Sam. I don't know what I'm doing. For their time on set, Sam, 44, was seen sporting his character Jamie Fraser's signature long blonde hair. Blonde hair? While Caitriona, also 44, wore a gray wig as she got into character as Claire Fraser. Yes, I say that. The wig definitely is changing. Sam and Caitriona on set were joined by their co-stars David Barry, Charles Vandervaart, and Carla Woodcock. So that is David Barry? That's what I was like. It's like, is that supposed to be David? That's not Dave. No, you know what? Let me know here. I need to move this so that I can see it. Ah, that's the way red hair is. It gets older by lightning. My mom's red hair. Okay, all right, all right. David Barry is in the. That does not look like the. I'm terrible with faces. I'm the first person to admit it. But even with the beard, that doesn't look like David Barry to me. I'm taking your word for it. You seem like a smart gal. Let's go on to the next image, or we'll be here all day on that one. Okay, so more of the same kind of, but we're in a group. It's funny because they look like they're dressed fairly casually, while it looks like the extras around them are a little posh. Okay, again, behind the scenes. Not really in character, it looks like in this one. I'm not really sure, but we will find out, I'm sure, when we see the show. And again, same costuming. Claire's got that satchel on her back there, too. I did not notice that at first. And yes, I said Claire because I meant Claire. I'm talking about the character now. And tricorn hat. Yes, yes. Thank you again for reminding me of that. Kind of looking around, heading in and out of this house that's going to have that blue screen on top. So, yeah, Charles and David all there. David obviously he just needs a shave, and then I'll be able to recognize him again, I'm sure. And let's see here again, more posh people around him. Got some gentlemen in the back, and the girls, ladies, I should say, right there. I wonder what they could be having a discussion about. Well, there's no fist flying, so it's not any discussions we'd be really thrilled to hear right now because it would be just super interesting. Interesting, yes. I was going to say fun, but really, two friends getting into a fight's not that fun. Again, the equipment must be protected. Stars, soaked to death, freeze. Yes, good times. Okay. Oh, if this is an on scene moment, yeah, Claire looks a little irritated with somebody behind her, and that's Jamie behind her, so I don't know. They can't be having a fight. It's the end of the series, for pity's sakes. Of course, they can be having a fight. It's the end of the series. It's called drama. Finally, Caitriona gets to cover her head, and Sam gets one of those futuristic umbrellas. Of course, the plastic on Caitriona's head would be very futuristic too, so whoo! Time travel. It's happening right there. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Maria. I still can't understand you, but I do appreciate the participation. I truly do. I will see if I can translate your comments and answer them later. But again, I will hopefully have this all translated. So, who is this mystery girl with William? All right, no spoilers. No spoilers on this one because I have no spoiler warnings. But Charles looks really different, I think, when he's not in his uniform to me. He still looks like Charles, but I can identify the people easier when they're in the bright red. It doesn't matter if I can recognize their face. I understand the storyline. I can tell who it is. Yeah, well, but I do. All the buttons on the side. Got the lady there with the floppy hat. Nice picture. And another one behind the scenes with these two. So that firms up a suspicion of mine. How about you guys? Any firmed up suspicions here? We are family. Oh, and he's walking away. They must have had an argument. That's a shame. Either that or it's not his scene anymore and he's going off to relax, which, quite frankly, they probably need because this looks like it's a very, very busy set. Lots of stuff happening, lots of people helping to make it happen. I do really appreciate getting the pictures of the people behind the scenes, the crew, because we see the cast. We know who they are. And it's nice to be able to give them a little bit of recognition here. I've said it before, but it's because I mean it. And well, okay, now Caitriona's just covering head to toe. We're gonna hide from the weather, and I don't blame her if it's been drizzling like that. It's Scotland, so of course it's drizzling like that. It's kind of what Scotland does. There we go. See, she's got like a stripe going on in the front. It's not just they're lightening it in places. They're giving her stripes. Can I give you a Star Trek reference really quick here? It's for the next generation, so some of y'all might understand what I'm saying. But you know that final episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation where they've aged Data up and they think the best way to do that is to give him a stripe? Yeah, I have just as much problem as Jordy had with that. But I don't. People don't age like that. They don't get one specific well, at least not in my family. I shouldn't say everybody. We get speckles. I have little white hairs all over my head. Oh, wow. Let's see. I am 60 here and my hair has not gone that light color, William and Dorothy Gray. All right. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Shh, we weren't spoiling. Sorry, I'd read that. That's not your fault. That's my fault. If I would just stop talking during these videos, I wouldn't spoil anybody. Goodness. Uh, I'm going to guess Caitriona is having a yawn, or at least the beginning of a yawn. Either that, or she's about to perform an aria. Okay, probably a yawn. And Charles relaxing. Good times. All right. And that's everything on this one, but it's not everything I have because there is yet a little video that's been put together. This one does have Bear McCreary singing, which I can't always tell if they're going to get me in trouble for that or not. But The New Fraser's Ridge is what the song is. And shared by My English Sasnak. Hi, everyone. I've missed you. What a sight to come back to. Our Jamie with long hair down and season 8 behind the scenes filming at Eglinton Park. Yeah, see, yesterday, on the 19th of August this year. How exciting. Source, Just Jared. Thank you. Bella Outlander fan. Thank you. BCast stuff, edit by me, my English Sasnak. All right. And again, everybody who allows me to share these and doesn't fuss, I thank you very much. And I thank you for your artistic um, talents. Doing a little something with these pictures is always fun. And I always enjoy seeing what people come up with. Yeah. All right. Now, yeah. Couple of more images here taken from afar. Again, we can see the blue screens just all over the place. So I'm very interested in what it is they're going to put on top of this building or the facsimile of a building, whichever it is. It's a little difficult to tell here, but I think it's actually a building that's at the park. Anybody who lives there, feel free to let me know if I'm really, really wrong or not. Okay, Sarah Wall. My late husband was a carrot top as a young man. His hair got darker. Okay. His redheaded sister's hair faded into gray as she aged. So there probably isn't a set way for redheads to go. See, and I agree with that because I believe it is my mother's father was a redhead as a kid. By the time I was born, he had white hair. It was just white, which is why my hair is going white. Yes, I always hoped for white. Um, and so I don't know that there is a set rule. I do have a granddaughter who is a redhead. I don't know if I'll live long enough to find out on her end. We'll see what happens. So let's see here. Okay, I do have a couple more. I'm doing this backwards because the one at the beginning here is a little video clip, but it's literally a little video clip. All right. Okay. So we've got all of the, looks like the trailers and trucks that bring in the equipment. And I don't know if like Caitriona and Sam's trailers are back there. It looks like there's just some standard trailers back there, but I hasten to guess whose it might be. Now, little video. See, it's very little. But it is a recording. I could try to make this larger for y'all. Would you like that? I'll see if I can expand this to a point. Oh, well, no, it doesn't want to let me. That's just rude. Yeah, it doesn't want to let me do it any bigger than that. Let me see here. It's going to play like 5 times before I get it. Yeah. But we do get a little behind the scenes there. Nothing is really happening, but you're getting to see the set, the equipment brought in, the fencing to keep crazy fans out. What crazy fans would like, try to jump on set and be an extra? Certainly not me. I don't have the dress for it. If it was Star Trek, I'd grab a uniform, but I don't have the dress for it. Yeah, see, we've got the blue screens in the back, so it kind of makes me wonder if there's going to be some other stuff superimposed, not just on the building, but a nice recording of the space. I do appreciate that, and I want to give credit where credit is due. So give me a moment here, and I will shrink this back down to something reasonable and attempt to share it. There we go. That one was shared by Susie Taylor, who was on site, it looks like, and was kind enough to share that with us. That's really, really nice. I do appreciate that so much, Susie. Don't know if you watch here, but every time that there are behind the scenes, I seem to get fans who are kind enough to post stuff because they're there and don't seem to mind when I've had the chance to ask personally if I just grab it so everybody can get a chance to see it because I think again that's another sign of us being a community. We want everybody to have the best chance to see what they'd like to see, to understand what they'd like to understand about the show, about the actors. It's really great. All right, that is the end of my behind the scenes stuff. I'm not done, but if you were just here for behind the scenes, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Like this video wherever you like the live videos. I honestly don't know. Where do you like the live videos? Oh, wait, you like them in the same place you like the regular videos. I just watched a live video. Don't listen to me. Why do you come here and listen to me? I just don't understand it. And don't forget to hit that notifications bell if you want to know when the next video will come out. I will be trying to do a regular video. And the next day, I'd like to do it tomorrow. I just can't predict my life these days. It's just been a little wacky since I've gotten back. My daughter's gone back to school. Hence the homework. So let's get on to the homework here. And I'm going to have to shrink this back down. But if you can't tell, this is a page for guess for what you might ask. Well, it is for Sasnak City. And yeah, that's not going to be helpful. Let's shrink that some more. Nope, that didn't shrink. That moved. Anywho, so what my issue is here, not with Sasnak City, but with um, coming up with questions that are good for our stars. Now, I fully admit that many of you have been fans longer than I have. Those of you who live in the UK get the opportunity to watch the actors in more shows than I do on a regular basis. So, if you can hear this voice and you have a burning question that you've always wanted to ask any of the actors that will be at Sasnak City, I have bought a notebook just for this occasion so that I may write down questions and ask them if I get the opportunity so that I can share those answers with you. Now, let's review who's going to be there at Sasnak City. Lauren Lyle will be there in case that wasn't obvious by this image. Lauren Lyle, of course, you would know her as Marsley, and you may know her as Karen Peary. She's been on a couple other shows, but those are the two that I'm the most familiar with. If you have any questions for her, burning questions, start submitting them. I will do my best to write down any questions that are asked, and kind of may have to do a lottery so that I can pick them all, because or pick a few. If you have like 30 for Sam, who probably won't be there, don't waste your time. He as far as I can tell, Sam and Caitriona is unlikely they'll show up. Never can tell, never say never, but it's unlikely. Lauren Lyle also will be joined by John Bell. Again, if you have any questions or things you'd like me to share with him, I personally can't wait to tell him how excited I was to figure out that he was the little boy on a Doctor Who episode that I really enjoyed. And now he's on Outlander, which is another great connection between Doctor Who and Outlander, at least in my mind. And I'm easily amused, so maybe it's just me. Joey Phillips is expected to be there as well. I am not familiar with his other work, again, because I'm in the States. A lot of these actors, I don't see a lot of their stuff. So if you have anything you'd like to say to him or ask him about his characters, please let me know, and I will do my best to try and get a moment to ask. Charles Vandervaart, he also has a connection, I believe, with the other convention they share there, but with the Kingdom, I believe. He played one of the sons of and became a king. He might not have become a king on the show. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive he played on that as well. I think one of you said something and reminded me, oh, yeah, that's where I saw him before. So Charles Vandervaart, our resident Canadian, all of our Canadians here, and Annette Badland and Mrs. Fitz. I've got my purple Mrs. Fitz shirt. I'm ready to wear that when I am able to meet her and talk to her. Feel free again to add any questions you may have for her. Just make sure that when you're putting down whatever questions, and you've got months to figure this out, so don't worry about flooding me today with it. Anytime between now and November, I have a question for, insert star name, and then follow it with question. I will do my best to write it down in this little sucker and share it and ask them. And then we aren't done yet, but we also have Nell Hudson Leary. Very excited to talk to her, because I always end up really enjoying the actors who play characters I hate. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're never rotten and awful human beings. They're almost always really terrific folks. So I'm excited to talk to Nell. And she's also the one who posted that video the other, maybe a month ago, that was about watching yourself, protecting yourself out on the streets. So I enjoy that she's also trying to, help people out at the same time. Now, this will prove to be, I'm sure, a very excellent convention. Stephen Cree, do enjoy him at the conventions whenever I get a chance to watch the videos, check out pictures. I'm excited to see what kind of antics he will pull off on stage, and any strange questions or answers he may give. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna embiggen myself here real quick, because I do believe that is the end of the images I have for you. So if you're waiting for me to be done so you can get off and go do regular things, please go. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you haven't, like, subscribe, notification bell, blah blah blah. You know the deal. And have a life. It's all good. And this will be back, you'll be able to watch this live later if you want to. Do I have any other final things I need to read here? Nope, doesn't look like it. It looks like I am done. Thanks for the comments, guys. A very active comments area this time. I do appreciate that. Again, it reminds me that I'm not talking to myself, which is kind of how I can feel sometimes. It's a me issue, not a you guys issue. But I hope you enjoyed these pictures. I really appreciate those who are on site and share them online for us to see. Those of us who are nowhere near Scotland, nowhere near England, we're not seeing any of these pictures. Kind of, we're not seeing any of this stuff live. We only have the pictures. So, uh, big thanks to you. I do, of course, also want to take a moment to thank my members and my patrons. I think I've got it narrowed down to a pin. And what I'm probably going to do is once I get this pin figured out, I'm going to get myself a P.O. box. And I'm going to start mailing pins to anybody who is a subscriber. I'm not a subscriber, sorry. Love you guys. Get to do 3,000 of these suckers. Anybody who is a member or a Patreon is going to get a little Katie's Corner and Space Pen. At least for now, that's what I've got figured out. Possibly also stickers, little things. At any rate, it may be another month before I have that set, but that is my plan to figure out how to get these and either make them or order them and send something to you to thank you for your extra support because it really has, well, it lightens my heart, it really brightens my heart, and it has been helpful on more than one occasion in this past year. So I again want to do a little something, just trying to work out how. Let's see, did I have anything else? Let's see. I'm going to on the 24th, in case you came in late, the 24th of this month, do another one of my chats where I have try a drink that I've never tried and talk about a show that I really love. So be aware that that'll happen 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time of this month. And it will not be with a an Outlander drink, I guess I should say. It's not going to be with any of Sam's drinks. It's not going to be with any of Claire. Go ahead, take a drink. Caitriona or McTavish, Grams, sorry. But it will be something themed that all kind of goes together. I hope we get a kick out of it. And if not, well, make it an excuse to have a drink and listen to me talk to myself because it's super funny. And you guys can join the chats. All right, one last bit here. Brilliant vlog as ever, Kitty. Thank you, Christine. And Amon saying again for Maria. Maria is saying she lives in a country where political struggles exist and she doesn't enjoy the same liberties as we have. Again, not an exact translation. You know what? I feel for you. I feel for you quite a bit, Maria. I live in a country where, and I know I don't really do politics on here, so for those of you who do not believe the same, I do apologize for insulting your beliefs. That's not what I'm here for. But I am here to say that as a woman, I'm deeply concerned and have been for the last couple of years of our liberties being taken away. And I am hoping that our future will be a little brighter after November. That's all I'm going to say. But I will say to everybody, no matter what your political view or lean, do go vote. It's the best way to get a good representation of what the country actually wants. Don't leave it up to those who decided to get up. Make sure you find out when your mail-in ballot is can come in, early voting. Figure out how you can fit it into your schedule, if at all possible. And also, after we voted, let's all vote to get it so that voting day is a holiday so we can all do it. Yeah. Okay. That's a whole nother thing. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on this kind of impromptu live. I do expect to be able to record tomorrow. Of course, I expected to record this morning until it felt like somebody had punched me in the stomach repeatedly all night. Feeling much better now, so don't worry about telling me you hope I feel better. I do appreciate it when you guys say that, but I don't want you to worry. I'm feeling a lot better. I should not have had a hamburger with mustard on the same night that I had tater tots with some ranch. Why? Because I'm old and things that my stomach didn't mind me doing 20 years ago, it gets really, really irked with me now. So it's my own fault. I did it to myself. There wasn't a reason for you to pay for it. And that is about everything I have. Thank you again, guys, and I will see you in a day or two, hopefully with a new video, standard or live, life, Love you guys and have a great Wednesday. Happy hump day. We'll make it to the weekend and we will make it to November eventually, possibly.